In this lesson, we're going to look at how to use the specific heat equation to perform calculations, and we're also going to explain the difference between heat and specific heat capacity. When we have a system, such as a beaker of water, at 20 degrees Celsius, we can add heat to that. So the heat is coming from the burner and from the flame, and so it's providing heat, so heat is being added. The energy is absorbed by the water, and then the temperature increases. In order to calculate the amount of heat, the initial and final temperature, or the change in temperature, we need to know the specific heat capacity. This value is unique to each substance, but the definition for all is exactly the same. It's the energy needed to raise the temperature of 1 gram of a substance by 1 degree Celsius. The two most common units we see this in are joules per gram degree Celsius or calories per gram degree Celsius. Remember that joule and calorie are both units of energy, so either of these are reasonable units for the specific heat capacity. Let's look at some of the values of specific heat capacity. So notice we have both sets of units here, joules per gram degree Celsius and calories per gram degree Celsius. It's important to look at the units so when you're doing calculation, you can make sure all of the units are canceling out correctly. Let's look at the example of water. So water has a specific heat capacity of 4.184 joules per gram degree Celsius. This means that if I have 1 gram of water and I add 4.184 joules of energy, it will increase the temperature by 1 degree Celsius. When I look at other substances, such as copper, which has a specific heat capacity of 0.387, this tells me that if I want to raise 1 gram of copper by 1 degree Celsius, it's only going to require 0.387 joules of energy. Every substance is going to have their own specific heat value. That number will vary depending on whether we're looking at joules or calories, but they are equivalent when we do the unit conversion. The numerical values will be given on the exam. You do not need to memorize these. If you come across problems in the homework or the end of chapter exercises that do not include the specific heat capacity, you can look it up in the chapter.